All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Here we are on another edition of Hell's Honchos. Guys, I'm really stoked tonight. We've got a ton of guests coming up for you. We've got a packed show for you. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in night after night. You guys have made this little idea of mine into something so big, and I'm so excited to keep doing this. Let's go straight for it, guys. Tonight, I've got a very special guest, and then I've got an extremely special guest. The extremely special guest, we're going to keep quiet until he comes on. The astounding special guest, a woman who is dear to my heart with the musical stylings of her own. She's absolutely nuts. She's absolutely talented. She's absolutely wicked. That, of course, we're talking about Aaliyah Leray. Aaliyah Leray is going to be coming on. She's going to be talking about her new album, I Breathe Apocalypse. I believe I said that correctly. She's going to come on, guys. She's going to tell you a little bit about her music, her art, where you can get it, where you can get more information, and learn a little bit about her. She's a wonderful woman. We're going to take a look at some of her video later, as well as some photos, and we're going to give you some links to her websites. On tonight, we're talking about the It experience. That's right. We're talking about the Neibolt House, guys. This was a really cool experience that was done in Hollywood on the corner of Hollywood and Vine Avenue. I don't know how I feel about it. We're gonna go through the walkthrough video. You're gonna see it. I did watch. I was a little disappointed, but I think it is something that aesthetic wise, the sets are impeccable. But as far as the setup and the execution of the event, um, I've seen better from a high school. I got to be honest. But we're gonna go through it because it is due its respect of how well it was set up. So that's right, guys. We're gonna check out the It Experience Neibolt House. Of course, like I said, we're gonna be talking with special guest Aaliyah Leray and her new album I Breathe Apocalypse. We're gonna be visiting the Trick or Treat Halloween Horror Nights maze. That's right, guys. In the 2018 season of Halloween Horror Nights, and I was there. We're drinking tonight. That's right, from our Halloween Horror Nights Coca-Cola cup. Thank you very much, Halloween Horror Nights Universal Studios. We really appreciate that. We're also going to be talking about Hadestown. Guys, if you don't know what Hadestown is, it is the most amazing musical currently on Broadway. It's just, there's so much stuff about it. The music, the actors, the tie-ins to Spider-Man the musical. There's just so much going on in the show, and the music, I believe, as Patrick said best, Patrick Page, who's the stars in the show. It is the new Americana folk song standard book. It is amazing, the music. So we're gonna get there. We're also going to be talking about Theater of Terror, guys. That's right. We're going to be talking about this amazing anthology that was done, directed, and written by Thomas Ryan. This man is amazing. I've had the pleasure of working with him. I got to write the music actually on one of the stories that's in Theater of Terror, and it's a really cool story. And we're going to get to that. We've got a lot going on. Let's check out who we got going on with us. We got some comments floating around here. Woo wee. We got Pat Keenan up in here. Hey Pat, how you doing, my man? That's awesome. We got Michael Giordano. This is stoked. I'm excited. We got Tom Zakari. That's right. That's right. And let's see. And Pat, as Pat already said, better out of high school. That's not saying much. No, Pat, it definitely was not. It was not, but we're gonna get through that. Really quick, I do just want to talk about, we got some really cool things, guys. Just a quick little relay. Hell's Honchos is a live broadcast series focusing on everything horror. We gather weekly to laugh, critique, and discuss multiple haunted house walkthrough videos, horror movie trailers, content, pop culture, and more. Now, with all that being said, guys, we always like to give a little hit up to ourselves. So Facebook.com/Hell's Honchos. That's right, guys. And also, don't forget YouTube, Hell's Honchos. Click to subscribe, guys. That's right. So you can check that out. All right. And also tonight, if you would like to jump on the show live with us, just let us know in the comments, as you guys have been posting over there on Facebook, and we'll bring you on live. We're very excited for tonight. So this is very good stuff, guys. Very good stuff. All right, let's click this off. Let's get started. Let's check out this video here. Let me bring it up. Bada bing, Bada boom. All right, guys. So here's what I really talk about. I'm gonna hit play. We're gonna watch this, and I'm gonna let you guys know my particular thoughts on this because, like I said, I was a little disappointed, but let's give this a shot. All right, so here we go. All right, so my issue with this, guys, is that you can see. All right, we see the house, and it's good. It's wonderfully built. It's wonderfully constructed. They had the theme song playing. I'm not really sure about what the 70-year-old Georgie's about over here. Georgie's about 40 in this. But what I do find very interesting about this now, this was free, which I'm glad it was. It was free, and the participants did have to sign a waiver. For what? I'm not quite sure. I think after watching this, you guys will understand what I mean when I say not sure. Because it's definitely interesting. Oh, and Aiden P. Finnegan's joining us. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, Aiden. Um, so now, as you guys can see, the set detail is really wonderful. You can really see what's going on here. A lot of really good stuff. Um, as we're seeing, we're going here. So again, it's a nice tour. It's beautiful. As Aiden said, Grandpa Georgie. That's about right here, guys. But like I said, I can't take the set away from them. The set is really pretty. It's really beautiful. Um, again, the light on the doll on the chair, not quite sure what's up. In watching it, there's a few knocks and laughs everywhere, but nothing too crazy. Now, here's what bothered me most is that this particular scene is very well done from the movie. Now you guys saw the front of the house, so actually, hold on, Riel just brought his unmade up face is something. Yes, this is the first guy that you meet, and to have this tour guide just kind of walk you through, doesn't really thrill me. Now, talking here really quick, they've got this great thing, and as you can see at the bottom right there, the only thing that you get is an air blast out of this room. Now, in a moment, you're gonna see there he is. There's a character, um, but the character really doesn't do much. The character walks around the room going hi, hi, mumbling a little creepily, but I just thought that so much more could have been done in that room. A simple air blast on one character, it really seemed like whoever did this spent all their money on the sets, but not so much the acting or the actual effect. Um, this is the actual attraction. Riella asks, "What is this? Is this the line?" No, this is the actual attraction that you walk through. Um, again, this was put out to promote the movie that was coming. And again, you have like this. You have these really cool projection effects on the wall, which again, cool. Okay, so that room is cool. Um, but again, that's it. Not really. Not really anything too grand. So. I'm not quite sure. Now this I did appreciate. This was a cool spot. So hold on one sec. We're coming down the stairs here. Now this was cool with the hands. I did like this because they did bring back in that movie effect, which I thought that was cool. But to me, that's the best thing right now. And as Michael Giordano said, I've seen better acting from community theater. And as well, yes, I'm glad to hear it was free. Yes, this was free, guys. This was put up, like I said, in Hollywood, corner of Hollywood and Vine. I'm assuming it was a publicity thing for the movie before it was coming out. It's interesting. As you can tell, I'm yawning from how excited I am here. So here we have the three rooms, and this was another one that really didn't really make any sense to me. I was a little disappointed with this, and you'll see why. So yeah, there's a baby underneath the bed. I'm not really sure what that's about. Um, Now we have the three doors with the missing kids posters, which I thought was cool. Very good replication for the movie. Now the one thing I liked here was they let you choose the door. Um, and again, okay, I get it. The clown was cool, but it's left to open, and the guide slowly closes it as the animatronic stands there. Middle door has an actor. I'm not really sure what character that actor was, because if I'm pretty sure the character in the movie was a little girl, who's was her legs were missing, her legs were eaten. and then he just opens up the other door. So I'm not really sure what's going on. And they were pointing inside the door. Now this was pretty cool. Um, okay, Aiden said Scare Factory did all the animatronics for this. Well, that makes a lot of sense, Aiden. Definitely not quite sure. They definitely didn't put their all into this one, I can tell you that. And Pat Keenan said, if this wasn't free, someone should do a Mystery Science Theater type mocking of this. Pat, I think that's what we're going to talk about, brother. We're going to bring you on for that. That would be great, my friend. You and me. This was kind of cool. This was the entrance into the sewer. There is one good Pennywise throughout this entire thing. Again, lack of Pennywise too is another thing that I find very interesting. This is a good Pennywise. So here's a good Pennywise. Again, they kind of ruined it by having the flashlight on it, but I understood they were filming. They got permission to film. Had the strobe light just been on there, it would have been kind of cool. There you go. You got a little bit of the effect. And then we're in the sewer. So here we're in the sewer. Got the water lights. And Michael Jordan said, pick 3 doors. Scary, not scary, free buffet. That's pretty much. I did like this. This was the one decent illusion they had with the fog waterfall, with the balloon. And that's where we're at, guys. So it was interesting. Really quick, big shout out to them guys. The people who always bring us our stuff. That was SoCal Attraction, guys. Definitely, you want to check them out. They're awesome. They bring us some good stuff. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I really feel about that. I was very disappointed when I first watched it because I love it. It is a great film. I know Lou does not. Okay, so Lou wrote. Eileen went through this as the guy came out the door and said he lives in the closet, and she said you should come out. Lifespan's better. That's pretty funny. Aiden gave a shout out. Darkseid did it much better, to be honest. Darkseid did have a great scene of it last year. With Pennywise, it definitely was a better look last year. So, little disappointing, guys. I'm not really sure what to really say about that. It is kind of a shame. So that's where we're at. Would say go online, guys. Check out there is a second part. There's an It Chapter 2 that Warner Brothers actually did that was a lot better than what we're currently at. And as Lou said, fuck it. That's it. Fuck it. What are you gonna say there? And Pat said their It Room was amazing. That's right. We're talking about Darkside guys out in Wading River. They're a local haunted house. Mike out there runs a great show. So we're giving a little shout out with all that. Let's take a look, guys. Something I do want to actually talk about really quick. If you guys get to check this out, there's a thing on Facebook right now called the Quarantine Talk. The Quarantine Talk is done by a very good man named Symbol, and I was lucky enough to be a guest on his show. We did our recording session today, and I got to tell you, this man's uplifting messages were incredible. His style of interview was so intriguing, relaxing, uplifting. Just a great aura about this man. If you guys get to check that out, I'm going to post a link on my next Hell's Honchos episode, so this way you guys can listen. You guys can take a look at what we did. Now we do have Miss Alia Reyes joining us at about 11:30, so we got some time. Let's do this. Let's check out. Let me pull this up here, guys. We have the trick or treat video. So this was one that I particularly really enjoyed. I got to go through this haunted attraction with Mrs. Frankenberg when we went to Halloween Horror Nights. Was really fantastic. Great sets. The scares in here I thought were really good. I thought it was one of the better houses. It actually beat out Halloween. Ooh, as you can tell, it's been a long day at the haunted house. Al and Lou know what I'm talking about, and so does Tom. So guys, let's bring this up. I'm gonna let this one play. I'm gonna bring on the volume for you guys so you can hear it, and let's give this a shot, guys. This is Trick or Treat. Enjoy, guys.
Planned in for all to celebrate the magical night of Halloween. The one night a year when we can pretend to be the scariest thing we can That's
There it is. There it is. The Trick or Treat Haunted House. Um, I gotta say, it was really good when you were there. The actors are good. The scenes were a little different, actually. The one in Universal Studios Orlando actually had the full bus scene with the kids in the mud. It was actually really cool. It was a little different. Also in terms of the order that the particular scenes were in down in Orlando versus Hollywood. Jim Cook said Halloween Horror Nights was awesome. I've been to this house, one of my favorites. It was. Aiden said, there I am on the steps. Riello said, I love that there was someone showing the scare with airplane arms. Yeah, so airplane arms, guys, is definitely a thing of Universal Horror Nights. They are cranking people through so fast that people just walk through the curtain. So yeah, they've gotten to a point where they just it's kind of funny, guys. It's an interesting thing. But yeah, that's where we're at. Jim, Jim, I'd love to have you on the show one day, man, talk about Halloween Horror Nights. It's definitely an interesting thing. It's definitely pretty cool. I want to see if I can actually rewind this back, because they did recycle the werewolf here, from American Wolf in London that they used, which is actually unusual for Universal Studios. They usually don't recycle a lot of props. But yeah, I'm just looking here. Oh, they did. All right. They did have the bus. So I'm looking here. They did have the bus. The bus in the Orlando version was much bigger than that. And actually, I believe it was the reverse way. It was actually nose first down, if I was correct. And they had water and mud all over the floor. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that particular one there. Definitely a little interesting here. Now, let me just pull up here really quick. Let's go through some things here. We're talking about theater terror. Now, Halloween Horror Nights, one thing I do want to talk about in the 2018 scene, when we went, their big ones were Stranger Things. It was the first year it was there. And last year was the second. And then we had oh, hold on one second. There we go. We're pausing out there. So you had Stranger Things, you had Poltergeist, you had Halloween, Michael Myers, and trying to think what was the other big. Oh, one of the coolest ones they had that Wally really liked. So they had a 80s kind of tribute to all of the really bad B movies from the 70s and the 80s. They had, Demon Baby from Planet X and Amazonian Women. It was pretty cool. And actually, Jim's actually kicking in here. Jim went to the one in Orlando, and yes, this is different as well. Yeah, right. I've always noticed a few little different things here. And he also read Halloween 4 was actually cool. better than the movie. And again, that could just be for me. I'm not a fan of Halloween. As sacrilege as that is, that movie just has never really rang it to me. Poltergeist for me was awesome. Jim got it. Slaughterhouse Cinema. That was the name, guys. It was Slaughterhouse Cinema. It was an awesome freaking haunted house. It was really funny, really cheesy, but great. And as Pat Keith said, I absolutely love it. Let's see here. And Pat actually wrote, believe it or not, I really couldn't appreciate Trick or Treat until about a few years ago. That's interesting, Pat, because it's another one of those movies that I like. I love Trick or Treat. And it's funny because I have a lot of other movies that are considered sacrilege that I'm not in love with. Oh, and hold on, Jim also just brought up Slaughter was lots of fun, and Seeds of Extinction, guys. Seeds of Extinction. I'll bring up a video on that next time. Seeds of Extinction was a movie. Not a movie. It was a maze. It was so like a movie. They did it where I believe it was a meteor had hit the Mall of America, and all of these people became like these alien vine people, and they were like in the walls. And I mean, guys, they had you walking through department stores. It was absolutely incredible. It was an amazing haunted house. It was just filled to the brim. It was really, really cool. And just looking over here, and Jim of course said that that was his favorite. And I say now it took Pat Keaton a few times for Trick or Treat. Now it's one of his favorite Halloween season movies. That's what I'm talking about. You know, guys, what are you know, chip in the comments here, guys. What are some of your favorite Halloween movies for the season? Well, you know, we get into I know the Wally has the Hocus Pocus, you know, and we have the Guilty Pleasures, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which Christmas movie, Halloween movie, Christmas movie, Halloween movie. But throw down in the comments. I want to hear what some of your favorite Halloween movies are. Let's see what you guys bring up here. I'm really curious to see everybody's movies here. People type it. That's exciting. And actually, Jim Cook also wrote that. Yep. Thought it was global warming. It could have been, Jim. I don't remember. I remember walking through it. My wife was so terrified. I didn't catch half the storyline. So that could have been it, my man. I don't know. So we'll see when we get there. Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Michael B. Giordano wrote in. That is one of his favorite movies. Oh, of course, Lou's bringing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And we actually just went over the Rocky Horror Picture Show a few days ago. That's right. And here we go. Top Halloween season. Oh, man. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. You know, Pat, I want to talk about this for a minute, actually. So what I find really interesting about Halloween 3 is that Halloween 3, many people don't know, was supposed to be the basis for all the Halloween movies. Halloween was supposed to be kind of like Creepshow, where each Halloween was a different type of massacre movie, so to speak. And Halloween 3 was finally when they did it, where it's the only Halloween that doesn't have Michael Myers in it. And everybody was like, I don't get it. But that was actually what it was supposed to be. I know, here we go. And even Pat said, I know it's a little off for the rest of the series, but a great standalone movie. Absolutely. And Riella Vieira actually said, The Others, great movie. I love The Others. Nicole Kidman kills it in that movie. And The Strangers, of course. Who doesn't love The Strangers? Funny enough, a lot of people don't know that movie is based off of Charles Manson and the Linda Tate murders, which we'll go into. Really quick, though, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest here. She's clocking in. Hold on. I gotta bring up the video for this lady because she's just freaking magnificent. Guys, that's right. We're talking about this lady. That's right. We're talking about Aaliyah LeRae. She's magnificent, guys. We're going to bring her on now here, and that's where she is. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, boom, Aaliyah LeRae, how are you tonight?
I am doing excellent, Rob. Thank you so much for having me on the show and for that excellent I said excellent twice. That spectacular introduction to me. I'm very flattered.
No, you're awesome. Guys, I'm so thrilled to have Aaliyah LeRae. She's a musician. She's an artist. She's an all-around amazing person. Aaliyah, you are currently in Manhattan. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
You're in the big old NYC over there.
Oh, yeah. I am stuck in my apartment just like everyone else, pretty much.
How are
In
you
these
dealing with
strange plague times.
how are you dealing with everything that's going on over there? You keeping yourself
Um,
busy?
Everything. I'm doing okay with it. Just keeping busy. The first week, I believe it was probably around a month ago, that New York City just went into lockdown. And that first week, I was kind of just having panic attacks every day because all of my childhood germophobic OCD came flooding back, and I was just like washing every doorknob 20 times a day. But I'm definitely I've
I can
adjusted
only
to this
imagine.
bizarre new lifestyle.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely been a very interesting time for all of us.
Absolutely, yes.
Now, I want to talk about a little bit about you are a amazing
Oh,
creative person, but you are a
thank you.
fantastic musician.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. And my first introduction to you was actually Modern Monsters.
Hmm.
That was actually my first part, and I have to say, I heard the music first, and I was totally in
Yeah.
love with it. And then I watched the video of you, and you are a wild woman in that video. Um, it's absolutely
Yeah.
an incredible display of talent.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that Modern Monsters was the single off of my very first album, which unbelievably was God, that must have been 11 years ago.
Is that long
So
already? Wow.
yes, I like to imagine that I look exactly the same, but with less hair. Um,
It's too funny.
Anyway, but that's, it's bathing in the blood of virgins. That's the
Absolutely.
best skin treatment, I find. So I'm sure
Absolutely.
you already know about that. Anyway, yeah, that Modern Monsters, that was off my first album, and that was actually before I was doing my own production. Since
Okay.
then, I went to graduate school for digital art, just digital art in general. So I learned how to use the Logic program, and since then I've been producing all my own music. So if you listen to subsequent releases that I've done, the one after, you might notice like a dip in quality after the first album that Modern Monsters is on, for the one called Power Tripper, because that was the first one I produced all by myself. And then as I got better at my own music production, the quality got better. And I like to think that my new material is the best that I've put out yet. But
Absolutely.
yeah, just have to keep
Now,
going onward and upward.
now let's talk about it. Now
Hmm.
you have an album that just launched.
Yes, I do. Last week, it kind of, it came out sort of, I meant it to be more of a splash, but it was really more of a drizzle. And it wasn't, but it, it truly was not my fault because I must have done something to really, really anger the gods of technology within the last week or so, because I put out the album on, let's see, April 17th, Friday,
Okay.
April 17th. And my computer, my laptop that I've been using for the last 10 years had just died, maybe two
Ah,
days before the album release. So I wasn't able to put up the music the way I wanted to, because yeah, I backed up most of my information on an external hard drive, but one of the things I
okay.
forgot to back up was the WAV files for all my music.
Oh,
So
no.
I was able to upload the M4As, which is good quality,
Okay.
but originally my plan had been to uh, put up the album on Bandcamp as well,
Okay.
and have it. The deal was I wanted to have a sliding scale where people could pay anywhere from $5 to, I don't know, $30, however generous they felt for the album, because I know people are struggling financially right now, and most of my friends are artists just like I am, and our income has been just chopped to nothing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make that an option, and but I wasn't able to. Bandcamp only takes really high quality files, so unfortunately I have to wait for that.
Gosh.
And but the album is still up. It's for sale. If you're interested in doing the sliding scale thing, you can contact me personally at alleelarray@gmail.com, and we work it out. But I actually have a whole little package to go along
Oh, tell me
with
more.
the,
Tell me more.
yes. Okay, so in addition to being a music producer and a singer, I'm also an illustrator.
Yes.
So I do too much creative stuff.
You can never
So
do too much.
yes, no, they all complement each other in that they are just everything I do is unapologetically dark. So there you go. So yes, that fits right on. I heard you talking about
Absolutely.
horror movies a minute ago. The music
Yes.
video that you're showing, actually, Rose Red, I really wanted that to look like a little horror film. But in any case, getting back to where I was, because I babble on, I'm
No, you're
talking about
good.
things I'm interested in. Uh, so right, so if you buy the entire album, no matter how much you pay for it, uh, you will receive a PDF pamphlet of my original illustrations. It's 3 panels that
Wow.
no one's ever seen before, and it has the lyrics printed over because I'm very, yeah,
Oh.
I like to do all these sort of very macabre, introspective lyrics. I can't just sing about getting on the dance floor and shaking your ass. It's not my
No,
way. Uh,
no, and I think that's something that I've always
there,
liked about your music. Your music has always been,
yeah.
almost like a storytelling in each one.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, each song really does tell a story, and the order of the songs on the album is very important. And that's one of the things is I wanted to encourage people to buy the entire album rather than just songs singularly. And as incentive, if you buy the entire album, you receive this pamphlet, which, of course, I'm terrible at keeping my own deadlines, and it always takes me longer to draw things than I think it will. It's still not finished. So, I mean, there are already people who have bought the album who are waiting for the pamphlet. Additionally, if you spend like upwards of $9.99, which is the iTunes price for the entire album, I will draw you. So I'm
Wow.
yeah, no, I bit off a big chunk of. I just sort of figured, you know what, this is what else am I doing right now? If I'm going to promote this album, I might as well just really make it fun and also give myself something to do.
Absolutely.
So
No, and
so
that's
yeah.
something that's amazing is the fact that,
Mhm.
you have all these things that you include. I find things like that
Yeah.
to be so interesting, especially now,
Hmm.
which actually, that's something that Lou just asked was, is there a place that people can get a preview of your music? Is it on your website, Facebook? Where can we listen?
All right. So about a month ago, I actually was putting up little snippets
Okay.
of each of the songs for my new music. Well, okay. So for the single Rose Red is
Yeah.
actually off of this latest album, and you can see the music video. It's also featuring the lovely and talented Nola Bunny, who's one of my good
Oh.
friends. So she's my murder victim. So yeah, definitely. If you go to YouTube and you look up Aaliyah Ray Rose Red, that's a preview. That's the single that is off this album that I released. I released it months ago because, again, not great at keeping my own deadlines, but that's one of the good things about working all on my own, not having a label. I can
Absolutely.
pretty much just kind of put my music out as it's ready, and I
Yeah.
don't have to rush it too much. And but yeah, I mean, that's a good preview. But also, if you want to go to iTunes and look up the new album, you can hear I think, what they give you, like a 30-second preview of each song on iTunes. And yes, I should, Uh, so the name of the album is I Breathe Apocalypse, which now is it's taken on kind of a twisted new meaning
Okay.
since the pandemic. That was
Ah,
actually not that was I came up with that. Actually, that's a line from a song that I wrote maybe 10 years ago when I started working
wow.
on my very first album, and I never used it until now. So it's
Wow.
just a line that's been in my head that I felt I had to use. So it's actually the first song on the album opens. That line is featured heavily in the first song, and then it comes back in the very last song, except that it's being repeated in a foreign language of my own creation. So it's not I Breathe Apocalypse, it's I Breath Apocalyptica. So
Because you
there
are
you
a
go.
natural wonder, my dear. All right. Well,
I'm certainly a fantastic weirdo.
no, you are an awesome person, my dear.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
Listen, I want to thank you so much for coming on tonight, and I wish it, guys, if you get a chance to check out Aaliyah, go. She has her website, AleahLaray.com. We've had it up on the screen here, guys. Her illustrations, her music, her personality in general. She's an awesome
Thank you.
DJ.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is
I'm also
great.
yeah, I
Right, you
also
just happen to be an awesome DJ.
thank you. Well, I also oh yeah, since ever since this whole thing happened, I've been I joined a little like collective of well, there are DJs that I was friends with already, but
Yeah.
we've been streaming on Twitch. So
Oh,
you can
okay.
find me on Twitch at well, just my name, Aaliyah Lorray. That's pretty much where you find me anywhere except for my Instagram. I forgot to mention
Yeah.
not only the gods were of technology were really angry at me. Not only did my computer break down, then last week, all of a sudden, my Facebook and Instagram accounts were disabled,
Oh,
and Facebook would not tell me why. I still have no idea what I did.
that's
I think
horrible.
yeah, so I lost my whole fan page, which might be a blessing in disguise because it had been so infiltrated by bots. So
Okay.
now I can at least start rebuilding it with actual fans. But I also am more disappointed that I lost my Instagram page because those were real fans, and I was building a whole empire where I was like a fetish model for people who like googly eyes. This is a real thing.
I don't doubt it, love. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to build up my Instagram again, so you can find me there at Aaliyah_Lorray because they wouldn't let me
Awesome.
just have Aaliyah Lorray back.
Of
So there
course
you
not.
go.
Awesome, love. Well, listen, I want give my best to Max. I hope
hmm
you guys are doing well out there. Anytime you want to come on, please. It was a pleasure having you on the
Yeah,
show.
no, this was fun. Thank you. Thank
Absolutely,
you so
love.
much.
And yeah,
Thank you
love.
for letting me ramble about my art. It's
Absolutely,
one of my
guys.
favorite things to do.
Dude, no worries, honey. You're a pleasure to have on anytime.
Yeah. Well, thank you
Awesome.
so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much, honey. You have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye, love. All right, guys. So that was Aaliyah Lorray. And guys, like I said, I can't ever say enough about this miraculous woman. She's an awesome performer. Guys, you got to see her live. You got to see her music videos. Again, that's a shout out. That's where I first met. That's Modern Monster. That was the first time that I really got introduced to Aaliyah Lorray. And again, she's awesome. She's epic. Her music is awesome. Her fashion is awesome. Her lyrics, her music, everything. Check her out, guys. She's wonderful. So that's Aaliyah Lorray. That's Aaliyah Lorray. So really quick, while I'm waiting for our next good friend who's going to be popping up here any minute to come on the show, I do want to give a quick shout out, of course, because we're going to go with, that's right, Ronaldo and Little Lou. Guys, make sure you check them out. You know who they are. World famous circus performers, entertainers of all sorts. Guys, they're doing their plate spinning, not juggling, plate spinning workshop tomorrow, 1 p.m. That's right, on Facebook.com/Ronaldo Little Lou. So check them out, guys. And without further ado, I'm going to bring you one more wonderful musician, one more gentleman. I've seen him perform all over the place. He's a music maestro like myself. He's awesome. He actually also is a haunter. He works at Chambers of Hell. He's a hellite as it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Michael Giordano. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing, brother?
Hanging in there as good as to be expected, man. Obviously, where everyone's going here through a rough time, and obviously, it's kind of hit home here, as I'm sure the story. Yeah, my mom, unfortunately, she was very sick. She had the virus once this whole thing had started. Knock on wood, she's doing a lot better. But trying to stay on the positive side of things and always working on my music at home, doing what I can. So
I love watching, I guess I love watching your YouTube videos that you post on your back porch playing your drums. Your neighbors gotta love you.
Actually, it's funny. Everyone, says that, but they really don't care.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
My neighbors are always like, they're so supportive. They're like, hey, he's out there, he's enjoying his music. Just let him do his thing. So
that's great, man.
It's a godsend. And I just, again, it's something to do. It's like if I'm not playing music, I can't.
Oh, brother, I know. And let me tell you, and it was so weird because actually the last time I got to see you were performing with was it Bon Journey?
Right, yeah.
I got to see you with Bon Journey down at the warehouse down in Amityville.
Correct.
And dude, you were fucking it up. You were tearing ass up in there,
thanks,
man.
I appreciate it. It's occasions like that, when they come around, I take pride in what I do. I've been working with Bon Journey. A lot of people don't know this. I've been working with Bon Journey now for about 8 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's and how we met was actually pretty funny. My mom and I went to go see Journey in New York City. They were doing a taping for the CBS morning show.
Okay.
And I met the drummer from Bon Journey and the keyboard player, who were really good friends with some of the Journey members and some of the crew. So they were like, yo, we work for a Journey tribute band. We're from Long Island, and we became really good friends. And I fell in love with their music and fell in love with the band. And they asked me to hop on board and would start working with them. So I'm like stage crew. I do, I'm more like a drum tech. I set up all the drum equipment and do all that. And occasionally, when my drummer can't make a show, they call me on board. So that's what you saw that night. I was actually subbing in. But it was a great time, man.
Dude, you were right. And that's the thing. Like, look, there's always and that's one thing. Like, I've played with a shit ton of people, and there's always the blow smoke up the ass of, oh, you were really good. No, man, it was watching you perform was amazing. I mean, your technique is flawless. Your performing is beautiful, and I love to. The one thing that I can't stand is energy. When there's no energy in a performance. And I mean, dude, you were up there just rocking the house. It was all about you. I don't care about the sexy guy in the front lifting his shirt up. No, it was all you, man.
Bro,
that's what it was about.
It's honestly, I watch a lot of drummers. I go to a lot of rock concerts, and it's like, you want to see a show. And it's like when the band members that are on stage have that interaction with the audience.
Yeah.
And I don't want to call it showing off. It's showmanship.
Right.
Obviously I have a job to do, and that's keeping the whole entire band in check. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But you want to have fun. If I'm up there and I'm like, oh my God, I look so freaking nervous. Like, the audience is going to be like, yo, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
If you're up there having a great time, the guys are like, yo, this is a show.
Yeah, man. And that's what it's all about, and that's what music's about, with all the people that we have on and everything. Music is I actually did an interview today with the guy Symbol I was talking about earlier, on his quarantine talk. And the one thing that I was telling about is music is a universal language. We cannot even speak the same language, not even be like that. Anyway, and yet we could still talk to each other through music. It's such a magical thing to me. And for anything, it's bringing us closer together now, because we're really understanding how much music and entertainment is an essential part of our lives. We're really understanding the arts now.
A really good friend of mine, believe it or not, I mean, he's one of my all-time favorite idols and inspirations. I'm sure everyone that's on here knows who he is, or if you don't, definitely check him out. Mike Del Judas from the band Big Shot.
Yeah.
everyone knows him as the Billy Joel cover band, but he's such a great solo artist.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the music that he writes reflects on some aspect of what's going on in today's society.
Yeah.
You know, and also his personal life. And you know, when you listen to the lyrics behind that, it's such an important thing. And I really, really enjoy just hearing lyrics and hearing stories about people. And I think that's a great part of music.
Absolutely, man. No, you know, and that's just something, man. It's really something special these days, you know. And I gotta hold on. I gotta see if I can get this here. Hold on.
Go ahead, brother.
Hold on. Oh, come on. Flip it over. I got it. Hold on. I hate technology. I really do. Hold on. I'm working here because I got it. I know I got it. Oh yeah. Hold on. There he is. That guy in the back, rocking out back there. There he is. Dude, that show was phenomenal. You guys, like I said, you guys can't. Actually, I want to go. You got a few fans on the show right now. So we got Lou, first of all, giving us so glad to hear your mom's doing better, sending love.
Thanks.
You got Pat Keenan doing the Mikey.
Yo.
You got Pat also. It sounds like you have awesome neighbors. And you got Rob Schumacher. Michael rocks and is an awesome drummer.
Oh, what's up, Robbie?
That's right, man.
So, a true story about Rob. I got to tell you this really quick. Okay, so the drummer from Bon Journey, who I'm very, very close with, Matt, hooked me on to Rob Schumacher's son, Alex. And Alex is a very, very young drummer.
Okay.
But, you know, you want to talk about showmanship. When you watch this kid's videos online, it's mind-blowing.
Really?
You know, he's really, really ahead of any other young drummer that I've ever seen play. This kid's twirling sticks, throwing them up in the air, catching them, doing stick flips, and he could play any song that you throw at him.
Wow.
And he's 13. But the thing is, he's worked and performed with major bands such as like Foreigner. He's been on stage with Foreigner.
Wow.
He knows the guys from Journey. I mean, there isn't a drum that this kid hasn't worked with.
Right. That's awesome, man. That's all. And I love to hear about that because, you know, it's something that now we have such a hard time in society as musicians. It's getting harder and harder to play. It's getting harder to get kids that are of the younger generations into it. I mean, you look at music now, and I'll say this out loud because I'm with it. I think it's bullshit. I think all the music today,
it's horrendous. Like
anybody, shit.
People are going on their laptops now and creating music through MacBook Pros and staying away from recording studios.
Well, and I think too, it goes back to it's also like when you look at the Alice Cooper effect, right? Alice Cooper talks about in a few interviews how he got a sign, a lease for 21 albums. And he talks about all the time, 21 fucking albums. He's like, it took him until he was like on his 17th until he wrote Welcome to My Nightmare. And he finally wrote a good thing. And that's the problem, is that nowadays all these people wonder, you know, okay, well, there's My Chemical Romance and there's, Poets of the Fall and all these guys, they have their 2 or 3 albums and that's it, because they don't have time to grow into who they are, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so hard. And it just is, as Pat said, music these days equals a heaping pile of shit. Pat, you thought you had nothing to talk about on this show, my friend. Yes, you did. But no, man, I'm really excited. I really want to thank you for coming on. I was really excited.
I can't thank you enough for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, like I said, I love talking to you. You're a great guy. I can't even call you a kid anymore. You're not a kid. You're a great guy. I love playing with you when we play music. It's awesome, dude, to bounce ideas off of each other and really understand each other and everything. And it's awesome having you at the haunted house. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yo,
that's wild.
I cannot wait to see what's going to be in store for this year, man.
Get ready, dude. Let me tell you, we're cranking, and what we're gonna put out. We got plans for if the coronavirus doesn't go away. We got plans. We're opening. We're gonna be there.
Dude, I got to share this one story before we head out. All right, I'll never forget the first night working at the haunted house. You come walking into my room trying to find me. I jumped out from the curtain. Rob almost falls into the bathtub that's in the bathroom.
Yes, you guys, you were in the bathroom in the bathroom, and the bathroom. I'm like, okay, the guy's supposed to be over here, and I'm looking and I'm going, what the fuck? Where the fuck is this kid? And then I turn to the right and I'm going to walk in the room and he's in the fucking curtain and he jumps out and scares the shit out of me. And I almost fell backwards right in the bathtub. I was like, motherfucker. You were good at your job, man. That's the best part, brother. We're gonna rock it. And we got a few more here of Pat. I love Pat's comments. I could make a recording of myself with explosive diarrhea, and that would sound better than most of today's music. Yes, Pat, I agree. And yes, absolutely. If it's opening, I will definitely be there. Yes, you will. And last one before we let you go, man. Rob Schumacher, thanks for throwing a shout out for Alex, baby.
Absolutely, brother. Alex Shoemaker, man. Check him out. He's amazing.
Absolutely,
really
brother. So, guys, that's Michael Giordano, guys. Mike, I can't thank you, man. I'm really, really excited, and I'm really happy that your mom's doing better. I'm glad that you're okay. Everybody's doing good. You know, we're in some tough times. We got to stick together here.
Absolutely.
So anytime you want to come back on, baby, you come back on. I'll tell you what, next show we'll throw on one of your YouTube videos so everybody can watch them out.
Sick. You got it, brother.
All right, man. Listen, I'll catch up with you later. I'm gonna get back to the show. Thank you so much, brother, for coming on.
You got it, man. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, guys. So that was Mr. Michael B. Giordano, guys. Don't forget to check him out. He is one of the most amazing musicians, such a talented guy. He's amazing. I've known him for years. And funny, we never played music together for years. I'd always seen him in passing at different cons, different things, karaoke, all these different things. And then once I found out he played music, it was so funny. I started seeing him everywhere. A true talent, guys. And as you heard, Alex Shoemaker, he's another one, guys. Again, anybody that Michael recommends, you know, it's somebody that I trust and somebody that I recommend. So give those two young guns a shot, guys, and you can see them all over the place. They're really good people. So great job, guys. Keep the music alive and rock out. All right, so now where are we? And Pat, yes, we are opening, my friend, and you will be there because I've got some dastardly deeds for you, my friend. Pat's always the sick puppy. For anybody who doesn't know, Pat Keenan did play Jesus nailed to a cross last year in our second haunted house in the back, wearing nothing but a loincloth, getting whipped every night. He loved it. He was cold. He was angry, but he was happy. And Pat is the perfect example of a haunter and an actor that you want, man. So, Pat, thank you, brother. Pat Keenan gets a shout out for tonight for that. All right. I'm excited. So we're going to talk about something. I'm going to bring up a video here. Let me bring up this video. We had a long day. 11 o'clock at night. Here we go. All right, guys. So this is Hadestown. Guys, I can't tell you the discovery that I had about Hadestown. Guys, Hadestown is currently on Broadway. It tells a version of the ancient Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, where Orpheus goes to the underworld to rescue his fiancée. It's a musical with music, lyrics, and book by, I believe it's Anais Mitchell. And it stars Amber Gray, Patrick Page, Reeve Carney, and Eva Noblezada. Guys, I can't tell you how amazing this show is. Patrick Page's Hades is unbelievable. I've seen him as the Green Goblin. I've seen him as the Grinch. And funny enough, we were just talking about Patrick Page and Reeve Carney. Reeve Carney was Spider-Man. So this is kind of the reunion here of the Green Goblin and Spider-Man. There's Reeve Carney right there dancing with Eva. And I've seen Eva. She's an amazing, phenomenal actress. I saw her in Miss Saigon. She is a powerhouse. But to be honest, I don't think any of them can top Amber Gray's performance in this show. She plays Persephone, Hades' wife, and let me tell you something: the sass in her voice, the sadness, just the uplifting moments that they have together, guys. I can't even tell you. And of course, Hermes, guys. Hermes is, let me tell you something. He was in The Wiz, by the way, Andre. He was in The Wiz, and this whole show, the music is Americana, very New Orleans feel, as you can see, also from the style and everything. It's just beautiful, and the Pit is on stage. Everybody that knows me knows I love a show with the Pit on stage. Cabaret, Chicago, but this particular one really hit my heart, guys. It's just one of those shows. It's just stunning. Like, this was the Sunday performed at the Tony Awards. Wait for me, I'm coming. And the show is so prevalent in today's times. Patrick Page's character Hades is very relevant to the current times in our country. There's actually a song called "Why Do We Build the Wall." It's incredible. There's a fantastic look at the set right there, guys, with the motion stage. The middle goes up and down as they go down and up from Hades, which is another thing that's absolutely phenomenal. Guys, if you get to check this musical out, I can't tell you enough about this. I know the tickets are very expensive, extremely expensive, but it's just a show for the ages. Guys, if you get to see it, I can't give enough love. I watched it the other day and I cried. It's one of those shows that it is just incredible. Hadestown.com, guys. The music is phenomenal. This show has actually been playing in different places, I believe, since 2006, actually. And now it's finally on Broadway. Guys, I can't say enough about it. Just check it out. It is on YouTube as well. You can check out both albums, the one from the current show and the previous production. That's Hadestown, guys. Check it out. All right. Moving on toward the end. Guys, this is something really cool. Theater of Terror. Guys, I write music, and rarely do I ever really write music for movies. I always tend to find issues with directors. No, and I mean that in all seriousness, because as a composer, my job is to heighten the emotion. How do you say it? Like the emotion of the scene, right? So if I write it and I feel that's what's natural, a lot of directors might take a sad scene and be like, well, I want it to be happy because I want to be artistic. And for me, I have a hard time with that. That's not the mission that I'm conveying in my music. This gentleman, Thomas Ryan, what can we not say about Thomas Ryan? Thomas Ryan is a gentleman, a scholar, and one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met in my life. He sang at the Labyrinth Ball that we did, and he gave me an incredible opportunity. Mr. Ryan asked me to write music to one of his films, and I was honored because I've seen his work. And Riella said, "You set the mood." I try with my music. The film was The Bookworm, part of his anthology, that is the Theater of Terror. Now I asked Mr. Ryan, what was the premise of this film? And I was told I wasn't allowed to know. So I thought this was really interesting. He turned around and sent me a picture, and the picture was of a gentleman with a slimy worm around his neck. Well, I'm not quite sure what to make of it. So I messaged him back, and he said, just make it build, you know? And I said, all right. And he said, yeah, I want you to write it to that. And that's that. So that was that. Then I had to write some music for a funeral scene. And the piano music for the first time that you see the library. Well, he put out the anthology, and it was a little while before I got to see it. Well, sure enough, at the Belmore Cinemas, in Belmore, right across from the train station, they were having a showing of the Theater of Terror as part of the Life Festival, the Long Island Film Expo. I found myself with my wife at the Cradle of Aviation that night and said, babe, we gotta go. We got our tickets. We got in. There were some phenomenal films that night. There was about 5 or 6 other films, mostly shorts. And then came the time. So the film opens up, really amazing quality. I mean, what Thomas Ryan does is just, Thomas Ryan's going to win an Academy Award in the next 2 years. I can say that. He's phenomenal. But yeah, Belmore Movies, Jim. Belmore, the Belmore Movie House across from the train station. And let me just tell you something. The film comes on, the library scene happens, and the way he pieced together the music that I wrote without seeing the film or any part of the production, I cried. It was so beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. It's not a scary moment. And then yes, the scary moments do come later. And the way he pieced it together and the build I was lost. I was lost. And yes, Belmore movies. Gotcha. It was unbelievable, guys. And I'll tell you, Thomas Ryan is a director I would love to work again with one day because it was just amazing. But guys, I can't say we're gonna watch the trailer. But guys, I just want you to know, again, it was Theater of Terror. It came out 2018, directed and screenwritten by Thomas Ryan. Their website is theaterofterror.net, guys. If you want to get a copy of this, their other films, check out everything they do. Faces, everything. It's great. Paul Gamider's in them. Adam Ginsberg. There's a ton of great actors in these films. So guys, I can't say enough. And the Theater of Terror includes 4 films. It's The Gift, The Bookworm, Abducted, and Endangered. My music is in The Bookworm. And there's some phenomenal other composers, guys, editors, and you just got to watch it. So without further ado, let's bring up this bad boy here. I'm going to leave on the music so you guys can hear it. All right. And guys, this is Theater of Terror. Enjoy, guys.
Going to the movies used to be such a magical experience. The smell of freshly topped popcorn. The silence that falls over the audience when the lights dim. The coming attractions.
You mean the trailers?
I didn't mean to hurt him. I just...
Marcus, you are nothing but a recluse!
Hey man, what happened to you?
Wipe your feet before you came in here. I just walked that floor.
In that moment, you could find yourself really lost in the story.
You're not going to leave without seeing the theater, are you?
Of course not.
Guys, like I said, I can't say enough about this film. It is amazing. What they do is just phenomenal. Abducted, guys, the way they do the aliens, I can't even tell you. You have to watch it. The effects in this movie are so well done. And if you could see how they did it, these guys are so talented. Everybody in the film deserves Academy Awards. So guys, again, that's theaterofterror.net. I can't say enough about them, guys. I really just, please give them a shout out. Check them out on Facebook as well, Theater of Terror, and also Thomas Ryan, guys. If you're looking for a director and you're looking for that, it's awesome. Like Jim Cook said, that was really cool. Guys, does anybody else have any quick questions for tonight at the end? Any comments? I know it's a late show. It's 12:03. Yes, it is. I know that. But I figured see if anybody else has anything really quick that they need to shout out. We're going to be back on tomorrow is Friday. We're going to be back on probably on Saturday, guys. So we'll bring you some new guests. Going to be an exciting show. I'm really excited for that. So we'll bring on some more music guests. We're also going to get a music video. Possibly I'll bring up a Lena Larray, maybe some drum videos of Mike kicking it up, as well as some other people. So guys, it looks like we're at the end of our show. I know it's late. I want to give a big shout out really quick, by the way, to our sponsors, guys. That's right. We have our sponsors, Chambers of Hell. That's right. Haunted Hills Estate, guys, Screen Park. Check them out. John F. Sheehan Photography and the Institute of Horror. Oh, wait, that's right. We'll figure it out. There it is. Woo! Yeah, guys. So check them out. And also don't forget, guys, give us a little thing over here. Hell's Honchos on Facebook. Probably where you're watching us. We really always appreciate and also on YouTube. We appreciate the shout outs. We love what we do, guys, here. If you'd like to be a guest, don't forget, shoot us a message on Facebook. Just shoot us a message. Let us know, hey, I want to come on the show. I got some cool stuff to talk about. We always love having guests. Pat Keenan, sounds good. See you Saturday. And Jim, thank you very much. Jim, I like what you were doing. This is cool stuff. Jim, I'd love to have you on the show. Let's make it a point. I'll reach out to you. let's get you on the show, man, because you got a lot of good stuff to talk about. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't thank everybody enough. Like I said, this was created just out of the simple necessity of something during the quarantine. And I love talking to people. I love hearing about your stories. We've got a really cool fan base, guys. So, you know, the other day, our show is reaching over 600 people now, which is amazing. One show got over 900 people. So we're finding people, guys. This is fantastic. We're going to be picking up more sponsors. We're going to get out there more. So definitely, if you guys got movies, you guys are performers, whatever you got theater, you got whatever, bring it on. You're an artist. I want to hear from you guys. Find me on Facebook, Robert Frankenberg. Go on Hell's Honchos. Send us a message. I look forward to seeing you guys. Keep it real. Be good. Stay safe. Wash your hands. I'll see you Saturday. Adios, señores and señoritas. Buenas noches.